I just wanted to do a real quick video for you. I had a question the other day. Somebody was asking me how I keep track of like the loan files and stuff like that. And essentially, what I did was I put together this little Google Sheets. It was in a Excel document. I converted it over to a Google Sheet, and I got this from I can't remember who I got this from. But essentially, I just kind of I modified it, and I add stuff as time goes, or I delete stuff as obviously as time goes as well. But essentially, what happens is anytime I get whenever I get a loan accepted, um, and once I actually either before funding it, really 99% of the times before funding it, I fill this form out here, and essentially it's just it has the seller's information, the mortgage collateral information, the note information, the information about the payer, the borrower, and additional comments. So, like if I guess if we just start at the first section, seller mortgage information, it's just information about the seller, phone number, reason why they're selling, price and terms, has it been shopped, and I just use like James Franco as an example of, Pineapple Express. It's a really funny movie. If you guys haven't seen it, you need to check it out. It's pretty funny. Um, so, you just get more information about the seller of that asset, and then I gather information about the mortgage. Like for example, if it was serviced with Madison, I'll put the loan number in there. I want to know what position, it's in, first, second, third position, the type of mortgage, mortgage, deed of trust, land contract, wrap, or all-inclusive trust deed. The property type, single family, multifamily, property status, owner-occupied or non-owner occupied. Just a note here on the multi-unit family. If it is like multi-unit, you can add like number of units or even like commercial as well. I just anytime it's like even like a commercial deal, I'll just tick the multifamily, um, and then whether it's owner occupied or non-owner occupied, and then I have the original sales date, sales price, cash down payment, mortgage information, either first, second, or third, and then I also have the fair market value of the property, and then the property address, and then basically where I got the fair market value from, whether it was provided to me from the seller or whether I did uh, just a real quick pull on the internet like Zillow, and then oftentimes I'll put the Zillow link here so that way I can actually get back to it. And then usually now with this is I do have another file that I use when I'm doing my final due diligence on everything, and that has like the BPO title search, and I'll show you that at another time. But initially, at first blush, I try to get all this information filled out, everything about the borrower and the note and the seller, um, and then like the date of the note, the payments, whether it's monthly, semi-monthly, or annual, whether the amortization period is whether it's monthly or yearly, the original principal amount, the current balance, sorry, the unpaid principal balance, the current principal and interest rate, when the first payment was made, last payment was made, next due date. You can actually go one step further, and you'll know if the like the first payment date was 2/1/2013, right, and the last payment date was 6/1/2021. So you'll know that this is a non-performing note. So it probably wouldn't be a bad idea just to have some type of visual cue as opposed to going in and just adding it. You can just have non-performing, and then you can even just go like one step further, like maybe like a couple exit strategies on kind of like what you were initially thinking, and then the number of payments made, number of payments left, whether it's a balloon, if it's a balloon payment, if it is, the term, and then the date and the amount. So so I could probably even do like an interest rate on the balloon payment now that I think about it. But I typically don't buy a lot of balloons. I like the mortgages and contract for deeds that are amortized. Just typical bread and butter ones. I mean, when I say bread and butter, I know notes are amortized, or I'm sorry, are interest only. But like I said, I tend to stay away from those, just really because I can't get the yield that I want, just because the note is interest only, and and I totally get it. If the interest is 12%, typically the seller wants par for it, and I just have a very hard time paying par and getting the yield that I need. So nothing wrong with balloon payments. I just want to make sure you understand that, and not take that as I'm saying that don't buy balloons, because their balloon payments are good as well. And then I have the payer's information, the name, the address, if they're married or not, phone, whether where they're employed, just basic information, monthly income. Oftentimes with the collateral file, you get the social security number, and then whether the credit's excellent, good, fair, or poor. And then I also check if there's any judgments, and then I also check to see if there's any bankruptcies on them. And then the last thing that I typically do is I have additional comments, and in this one, I'm just goofing around. I said James wants to sell this note in Cincy to fund this next project, his next movie project. So, and I actually had something up here about a movie project. But yeah, so essentially what I do is when I get the note accepted, I'll go ahead and I'll fill out all this information, or when I get it accepted, I'll fill this all out, and then with the collateral files or the LSA, I'll basically just save this and either print this off and just stick this into the collateral file, and just ship it over to my attorney to hold. So that way, I have everything documented. And then I have another sheet that I use for collateral review, and I did a video on that one some time ago. And then I do have another sheet that I do. Actually, it's basically just a spreadsheet that I do all my calculations on, my due diligence. But I do have another basic worksheet that I use just to basically tick the box to make sure that I have everything that I need. So, but in any event, I hope this helps you. If you are buying notes and you need some type of systematic way of documenting what you got, and just anytime you get a note, I would just recommend that you fill one of these out and just stick it with the collateral file, or stick it within the file with your LSA document that you typically sign when you buy these assets. So anyway, I hope that helps you. If you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call. My information will be in the description box. My contact information will be in the description box below. So hopefully this helps you, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye-bye.